My name is Melina, and today I'll be presenting character analysis of Guy Montag and from Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and I will also be presenting Essential Skill 3 on world history. Okay, so my thesis statement is, Guy Montag reveals his misguided knowledge about the world he lives in when his curiosity gets bigger, making him more aware of his lifestyle. So this is an excerpt from the book that I chose. Millie, he said, listen, give me a second, will you? We can't do anything. We can't burn these. I want to look at them, at least look at them once. Then if what the captain says is true, we'll burn them. Believe me, we'll burn them together. You must help me. So in this excerpt, Guy Montag reveals his curiosity about the books he's been hiding from his wife. Montag pleads from his wife to help him understand the reasoning when it comes to having the books in his home. He hopes by getting this chance to read the books, he's able to move on and look past this. And this is another excerpt from the book. Millie gave pause. This is your house as well as mine. I feel it's only fair that I tell you something now. I should have told you before, but I wasn't admitting it to myself. I have something I want you to see. Something I put away and hid during the past year. Now and again, once in a while. I didn't know why, but I did it and I never told you. In this excerpt, Guy Montag reveals why he's cautious when it came to not telling his wife about the books he's been hiding, and how he felt about keeping this from her. And we must all be alike, not everyone born free and equal, as the Constitution says, but everyone made equal. From man the image of every other, then all are happy for those. There are no mountains to make them cower, to judge themselves against. So, a book is a loaded gun in a house. Next door, burn it. In this excerpt, Captain Betty shows his knowledge about how everyone must be all alike, explaining to Montag how everything began and destroying the books, and how destroying these books was something that had to be done in order to keep society well. And so now I'll be presenting my world history. So my thesis, Essential Skill 3 students will be able to evaluate the social and economic impacts of the Industrial Revolution, including its relationship with the age of imperialism. My thesis, the Industrial Revolution's greatest influence was urbanization, making the city's population grow, rapidly forcing people to look for work. Urbanization contributed to the age of imperialism by having people migrate to places having the availability of natural resources and job opportunities. So my evidence, the increase in production made things better and economical. There was a big increase in global trade. The more people moved to the cities, the more job opportunities they had, so businesses were going fast. My analysis, the growing factories and businesses, product became faster and easier for consumers to obtain. More global companies wanted these natural resources for their countries and people. The advancements in factories led to more production but dangerous conditions. Although these businesses were growing rapidly, the working conditions were really dangerous for workers and especially children. Most of them were paid really unfair. So my evidence too. Some of these job opportunities led to some people being successful factory owners, making up a middle class. This was the new social class consisting of these wealthy factory owners and more business people. The middle class falls between not being in the poverty level and not being the richest. These business people were more likely to open up more businesses and sell their goods for trading. The more natural resources they had equaled more production and more sales. Since these businesses had so much of these natural resources and so close, they had a huge advantage to others who didn't necessarily have the resources to start. And that's it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so they were where it says they were unfit for self-government, I put that President McKinley didn't see them as well-fit and wanted to imperialize them, making them their way. And so where Angelites civilized and Christianized, they thought that they weren't right, like their culture or how they were like dark skin. And I kind of related that to white man's burden, Christianize and civilize them. And then I put educate the Filipinos, converting them to Christianity. And then there was nothing left for us to do but to take them over. So civilize them, and they were unfit for self-government. Didn't see them as fit, and didn't see their government was working. So they wanted to take them.
Okay, go ahead and read me your pieces.
President McKinley justifies the U.S. takeover of the Philippines as uplifting and what was right.
Okay, and then your evidence.
President McKinley states that they were unfit for self-government.
Okay, so if we stop right there, your evidence, if I were just to redo that sentence alone, President McKinley states that they were unfit for self-government. What is they about this?
I'm not explaining who.
Okay, so
The Filipinos.
How could you insert that in your
President McKinley states that the Filipinos were unfit for self-government.
Okay, go ahead and make your analysis.
He didn't see them as civilized, and so he wanted to step in. Imperializing the Filipinos was something they couldn't help with doing. And in all, President McKinley wanted to Christianize them and thought it was the best favor for the Philippines.
Okay, so you have 3 sentences for your analysis.
I know.
Okay. Do you think you can put them all into one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we look at our main idea from that first one you have. They were uncivilized.
Uncivilized and so.
And the second idea from your second sentence.
They couldn't help but doing.
Okay, good. So they felt like it was that feeling called like you can't help but do it?
Kind of like a favor they were trying to do.
A favor. Okay. And so we have they're uncivilized. The United States believed that basically it was their job to help them. Right?
Yeah, like it was what they had to do.
Okay, good. And then our final idea was more specifically they wanted to help them by doing what?
Civilize them, imperialize them,
We have it in your third sentence, your third analysis sentence.
Christianize.
Christianize. Okay, so we have that they're uncivilized. The United States felt like it was their job, and they want to Christianize them. What does that sound like?
White man's burden.
Yes. Go ahead, give me off the top of your head the analysis statement.
And President McKinley wanted to, no. Oh, in all, President McKinley wanted to Christianize them. No, in all, President McKinley wanted to imperialize the Filipinos.
Okay, because
of their race.
He wanted to imperialize the Filipinos because they were
Unfit.
because they
were unfit for self-government.
okay, but why?
Because they couldn't leave them to themselves.
Why?
Because he saw them as like they didn't really know what they were doing, so he wanted to step in and teach them his ways.
Okay, but why? I'm pretty sure you said it already. If you have a typical American at this time, and then Standing in front of you, what is the difference?
Their race.
Okay, so why?
Because they weren't the same race as the white man.
Yes. So for your analysis, I want you to keep asking why. Every time you find an answer, why? Why? Until you can't explain anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. Okay, because you told me they're unfit, and I asked you why.
Because they weren't the same race as the Americans.
Okay, and if we ask why, can we find any more answers?
No.
No, it's basically that Indian and white men version of social Darwinism, right?
Yeah.
But they tell us they're more superior because they were white.
Yeah.
And they were not. Okay? So if you're there, your analysis can be more concise. One sentence. Okay?
Okay.
That was just a comment.
I was like, I was thinking about it, I was like, I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. Go ahead and come to your grammar.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, let's say, let's do the comments first. We'll read this up the way you have it. After writing her book, Ann Tyler gave us an old and ugly vase as appreciation for using artwork.
Okay.
The first part was kind of long, didn't you think?
Yeah, after writing her book, Ann Taylor gave us an old. No. After writing her book.
Yep. We'll come there. Which means now that phrase is going to be broken up, so let's break it up properly. Her book, yes, it is a noun phrase, and Tyler is a noun phrase, but they're not a noun phrase together.
It's something separate.
Okay. So let's look at after writing. After tells the reader what?
After tells the reader that after she wrote the book.
Okay, so what information does it provide? What question does it answer?
That she's done this before.
So who, what, when, where, why, how?
After.
No, like which question does it, which question does after answer? Who, what, when, where, why, how?
Like before she wrote the book.
Which is what? Who?
Yeah, who? No.
After?
No, how she wrote the book.
How did she write the book after? How do you after?
What she was doing after writing the book.
Do you get dressed before you come to school?
Yeah.
Yeah. When do you get dressed?
Before. After.
So which question does after answer?
Before.
When? So when is what part of speech? When it happened.
Oh my gosh. After. No.
What part
How
of
do I know it?
I know.
Conjunction?
No. When it happened. Why it happened, how it happened.
Oh, after.
There you go.
Oh, I said before.
So that's an adverb, which makes that phrase what?
An adverb phrase.
Good. That's all. Thank you.